Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going on a bit of a time-traveling journey. We're jumping exactly 25 years into the future to explore the wild evolution of the American stock market. We'll be looking at the industries that could absolutely explode, the risks that, frankly, almost nobody is talking about right now, and how ordinary investors today can position themselves to become seriously wealthy over the next 2.5 decades. Let's dive in. So, here's the big, burning question we really need to answer. As we speed toward a future run by artificial intelligence, autonomous robots, and self-driving trucks, will the United States actually maintain its iron grip as the world's dominant financial superpower? It's a fascinating question, and to answer it, we've got to completely shift our perspective. I want you to try and literally picture this. You wake up in the year 2050. Before you've even opened your eyes, your personal AI assistant has already analyzed the global markets for you and, probably brewed your perfect cup of coffee too. Outside, robots are flawlessly running enormous manufacturing factories, and fleets of self-driving electric trucks are delivering products all across America. In this future, it's highly likely that the biggest, most dominant companies in the world today might not even exist anymore. But to understand how we get to that radically different future, we first have to look back. Section 1. America's Market Machine, A History of Resilience. Think about it. Over the last century or so, the U.S. stock market has survived, pretty much everything. World wars starting in 1914, devastating crashes in 1929, the 2008 housing bubble, and the 2020 pandemic. Yet every single time it bounced back, often hitting brand new all-time highs within just a few years. This sheer resilience allowed America to build the most powerful financial ecosystem on Earth, birthing absolute giants from Apple and Microsoft to Amazon and Nvidia. But make no mistake, the ecosystem of 2050 is going to look completely different. Section 2. The Great Disruption, AI and Dying Industries. By the time we hit 2050, a lot of the analog industries we rely on today, they could be practically extinct. Gas stations might become rare relics, traditional brick-and-mortar retail and physical cash transactions are going to heavily struggle to survive. Now, compare that to the reality of 2050, a world completely dominated by global electric vehicles, autonomous trucking, and energy transformed by solar and nuclear fusion. The thing is, capitalism aggressively rewards fast adaptation. Companies that refuse to change are going to collapse, while those that adapt will absolutely thrive. Just look at how the act of investing itself is going to change. Right now, human beings still make a lot of investment decisions. But by 2050, AI systems could literally control trillions of dollars. We're talking about hedge funds powered entirely by machine learning, AI that analyzes global news the exact millisecond it breaks, and algorithms predicting economic trends way before human analysts even notice them. Today, the companies leading AI are names like OpenAI, Google, Meta, and Tesla. But hey, remember 1995? Nobody back then could have imagined the sheer scale of Amazon today. The exact same rule applies here. The next trillion-dollar companies of 2050 probably don't even exist yet. Section 3. New Frontiers, Space and Healthcare. Okay, so space is fast becoming a real financial reality. By 2050, investors might be buying space ETFs, which are simply baskets of different stocks bundled together into a single asset, the exact same way we buy tech funds today. This space fund would be packed with public companies dedicated to satellite internet, asteroid mining, space tourism, building infrastructure on the moon, and even executing Mars missions. We are literally watching the stock market expand beyond planet Earth. How crazy is that? But bringing it right back down here on Earth, we've got another massively exploding frontier, healthcare. America has a rapidly aging population, and that is going to create an enormous, unprecedented demand to live not just longer, but actually healthier. We're talking about massive leaps in biotechnology, genetic engineering, and targeted anti-aging treatments. We'll see AI healthcare systems and highly precise robotic surgeries as just standard practice. Imagine a future where diseases are detected and neutralized years before a single symptom ever appears. That alone could spawn several trillion-dollar industries. Section 4. Reality Check, Crashes and Risks. All right, let's slow down for a second. All of this forces us to ask a really blunt, really serious question. Despite all this incredible futuristic technology, could there still be a massive market crash between now and 2050? The answer? Absolutely. Yes. A lot of people fall into the trap of thinking the market only goes up forever. But history tells us a totally different story. Fear, panic, and massive sell-offs are an inevitable, unavoidable part of the market cycle. Before we actually reach 2050, the U.S. market is almost guaranteed to face some severe tests.
There will be economic slowdowns through recessions and looming debt crises. We're going to experience massive societal shifts, including severe job disruption related directly to the rollout of AI. Geopolitically, the risk of conflicts and terrifying cyber warfare attacks is very real, right alongside unexpected inflation waves and potential real estate collapses. There will be panic. But historically, human innovation always pushes markets higher over long periods. The world's most successful investors understand one fundamental truth. Market crashes don't just destroy wealth, they actually create massive opportunities for those who are prepared.
Section 5. The future of wealth. There's this timeless wealth formula that honestly just isn't going to change, even by 2050. Step 1, buy stocks, because when you buy a stock, you are literally owning a piece of a business. Step 2, hold those assets through the inevitable crashes, allowing the market time to recover. And step 3, generate enormous wealth over long periods. People who own assets will almost always build wealth faster than people who only work jobs. That is the fundamental power of the stock market, and no amount of AI or space travel is going to change that math. But how people actually participate in building that wealth? That's going to be totally different. By 2050, investing will be easier and more accessible than at any point in human history. We'll have teenagers seamlessly investing through intuitive AI apps. Buying fractional shares, meaning you can own just a tiny, affordable slice of a highly expensive company, will be entirely normal worldwide. Platforms like YouTube are already democratizing financial education, creating millions of new, highly informed retail investors all across the globe. This massive international connectivity means the stock market will be more global and interactive than ever before.
Now you might be wondering, will America still control this whole global market in 2050? Well, the US definitely has undeniable advantages. The strongest capital markets, massive tech innovation, and immense global trust backed by the dollar's influence. However, the global competition is fierce, and it's growing. The rise of incredibly powerful economies in India and China is actively shifting the landscape of global finance. Dominance is never guaranteed. Every empire in history believed it would last forever, and the next 25 years could completely reshape who sits at the head of the financial table.
So if you take away just one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this: the future rewards adaptation. The US stock market of 2050 is going to look deeply futuristic, filled with AI-driven investing, space infrastructure, robot-powered industries, digital currencies, and genetic healthcare revolutions. But the people who build enormous wealth won't just be the ones inventing these technologies. It will be the people who understand this change early. The absolute biggest investment opportunity of the next 25 years is simply being able to see the future and adapt before everyone else does. I want to leave you with a final, kind of provocative thought to chew on. As we look at the incredible innovations and the terrifying risks on the horizon, what do you think? Will the US stock market adapt and become bigger and more dominant than ever by 2050? Or are we heading toward a massive global financial reset? The future of money is truly just getting started. Keep learning, keep adapting, and I'll see you in the next explainer.